3. Hello and welcome again to Mission Alive. I'd like to share with you what happened at two courses I conducted on Ferguson Island in the Milne Bay province. The first was at Whakalulu, close to the beach. The parish priest chose February as it seldom rains that month. Alas, the day I was supposed to travel there, it poured and the river flooded. I came the following day. The river was still flooded, but passable, as the people had erected a bridge across it, and a handrail as well. Still, someone held me tightly as I crossed. The Bush Material Church was often flooded, though now they have a permanent building erected on a rise. We held the course in the old church, and most of the community participated. At the time, a new building had been erected for the health officer who wasn't there yet, so I stayed in that house. One day, someone saw a couple of troublesome men from another area had arrived, so the men decided to sleep on my veranda in case of trouble. Sleep? They told stories all night. I had brought some postcards of the Holy Land, and they discussed them, not too quietly, until daybreak. Being a low-lying river, there were plenty of mosquitoes, so a mosquito net was necessary. Fortunately, I had brought one with me. Some evenings we composed mass parts in the local language. The people are very musical, and several played the guitar. Saturday was a free day for the people to garden, so I worked in the house. After a while, there was a terrible smell. At first I was puzzled, but then I remembered that there were hot springs nearby and the wind was blowing from them. Later in the day, when the people returned home, someone took me to see the springs. They are quite extensive. It is unsafe to go alone if you don't know the place. During the last session of the course, the leaders of the new small Christian communities were elected, and these were commissioned during the closing Mass on Sunday. And many people participated in the entrance procession, the offertory procession, and other parts. This was followed by a meal together, for which every family cooked and brought food to be shared by all. The following day, we set out for the next course location, Salakahadi. This is a very different setting. It is inland and up the mountains. The parish priest went ahead and some of the people walked with me. There is a big lake before the land starts to rise. In dry weather, the mountain can be skirted, but this time the lake was too extended for us to pass. On the flat, the path was all black mud. The path was all black mud. Sandals sink into this, so I went barefooted. I soon learned it was best to keep to the middle of the path. To move to the side meant to slide in an undignified landing. At one stage, I turned around to find a girl continuously waving mosquitoes from my back. We reached the base of the hill. It looked steep, but not too high. That was until we reached the bend. Then there was another steep climb, and yet another. When we did reach the top, the parish priest was there with a pineapple peeled, ready for us. Never did a pineapple taste so good. It took me 9 hours to get to the mission. It usually takes the people 3 to 4 hours. I was ready to collapse. I went to the river to swim and clean up, and straight after our meal I went to bed and didn't stir until the next day. In the morning, we commenced the course in a classroom of the school. At that time, there were no teachers. The Salakahadi people, unlike the rest of Milne Bay people, are sometimes warlike, and teachers are reluctant to apply for the position. As far as I know, there are some teachers there now. The people themselves built the classroom. That meant carrying cement, sheets of iron and other materials from the coast on their heads for at least 4 hours, some feet. The course followed much the same pattern as at Whakalulu. On the last day, the different small groups elected their leaders for their small Christian communities, and these were commissioned at the closing Mass. At Mass, many people participated in an active way. I remember one elderly woman who was a little simple. She had a part, perhaps carrying an offertory gift. I believe that every time the parish priest returned for Mass, she demanded her part. It was probably the first time she had ever been recognised, and she enjoyed it. One day someone brought me a share of a local delicacy, a piece of boiled python. I ate it. Fish are hard to come by in that area. After the course, we returned to the coast and then home by boat the following.
Sister Brenda will be back with more stories as time goes on. She spent many years in Milne Bay and did many things there, mainly teaching, training people, helping people to take their Christian faith back into the community, into their culture, into the village. She did many things, is very competent, and she's still trying to learn a little bit more about how to present on Mission Alive. So I'm happy that she is with us on Mission Alive and that she is still on mission. Thank you.